A look on the Sunni side. I will be looking at what my religion says about me, the effect it has on decisions I make, and the influences it has on me in different areas of my life. From the moment I was born, Islam has been in my life. As a newborn baby, I had the azan whispered into my right ear, and from that day forward, being a pious Sunni Muslim is what I was intended to be. As a child, my parents have been the most dominant social agents in my life. When I was younger, I was around a lot of Muslims. I did my daily prayers, I read the Quran, and I went to the mosque. But as I grew older, I began to lose relationships with other Muslims, and soon the only Muslims I knew were my close family. I began to hang around people with different beliefs, which I believe in some way influenced me to stop being so religious. Pretending to pray and read Quran, and I got away with it. During this stage, a lot of factors distracted me from my religion, but mainly I tried fitting in. Goffman's theory of self-presentation argues that we see self-presentation as a sort of an extended performance for which we prepare and constantly work at. Therefore, according to Goffman, as a child when pretending to be religious, I'd put on the persona of a religious Muslim to my parents and put on a show of my faith, merely to fulfill the demand of the situation. However, as I stated previously, earlier in my life I was being sincere, as being religious was who I was at the time.
मीरा, आप क्या कर रही हो? इस नमाज टाइम, चलो जाके नमाज पढ़ो.
Although she constantly encourages me to become religious again, and since starting secondary school, I have only prayed on occasions and during Ramadan. In September 2004, I moved to Surrey, and as I started high school, I became more aware of people's attitudes toward my religion. As the majority of people in my school are white Christians, I did stand out. And as I noticed my difference and how people acted around me, my shyness increased and I became more reserved than I had previously been.
What's your name? Where are you from?
I used to in London.
So how long have you lived in England for?
I was born in England.
Where are your parents from?
My mom's from Pakistan, but my dad's from Kenya.
Do you speak other language?
Yeah, kind of, I guess.
How come you moved here?
Parents, I guess.
Is their culture different?
Yeah, but I've been brought up here from English.
However, we soon started learning RS. I noticed how people would say that learning about other religions and their culture was a waste of time.
What religion are you? Are you religious?
Not really, no.
Why not?
Just can't be bothered.
This made me even more wary of my own religion and made me wonder how I was represented to them. I began to pretend I didn't like RS. And I will always proudly say that I am a Muslim. The concept of others' reactions can be seen here. At this stage in my life, I paid more attention to what people in my school thought of me rather than my parents. I ignored my mum's encouragement to pray, and during school I would try to avoid any conversation about my faith as I didn't want my friends to pay attention to that. This also links into Dimbleby and Burton's concept of comparison with others. For example, during this phase, my mum would always compare me to my cousin. During school, I would compare myself to others and try to lessen my religion more in order to fit in. His concentric circle model consists of 3 types of selves: the core self, the private self, and the public self. My core self consists of information I share with no one other than myself. My private self is things about me that I share with my significant others, i.e. my family, my best friends, etc. And finally, my public self, which is information, if any, that I share with people I meet and greet now and then in society. Although I denied being a practicing Muslim, I never denied what I believe in, and I'm sure that's something that will never change. I've noticed that when I would pray, I would feel happier, my life would seem easier, and things would go how I wanted to. When I stopped, I noticed how things would get slightly bad, and I felt that it was because I wasn't being a true Muslim. My mum influenced my sister to wear a headscarf, but I was never told to wear one. Part of me is happy that I didn't have to wear it, as when I moved into Surrey, I felt hard to fit in due to my ethnicity as it was, so I felt that wearing a headscarf would have then made it harder for me, as I was always looking in order to fit in. However, I feel that if from a very young age had my mother encouraged me to wear it, I would have felt completely fine with wearing it, as I would have grown up with it. I personally feel that once I get past this phase of trying to please everyone other than myself, I will focus more upon how I feel about myself rather than others' opinions. By the time I have finished university, I hopefully want to be more in touch with my religion. Just like my parents, I will want my children to be good Muslims, and I will encourage them to reach this goal. However, by going through the phase of going against my religion, I would understand and realise that at points my children might feel too pushed. Therefore, I think I'd understand when to stop being so assertive and when to motivate Islam into their lives.
After losing a friend, I realised the things that were actually important I hadn't paid enough attention to. I lost a lot, and I soon realised that what I've always wanted I had to make my number one priority: making my parents proud. Since 2010, although I haven't been praying, I've been making sure that I haven't committed any major sins in the Islamic faith. I've been looking into my religion and working hard in sixth form in order to start focusing on my hopefully successful future as a pious Sunni Muslim.